Hi, my name is Toluwanimi Adeyemi and my pronouns are she, her. I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria until me and my family moved to New York City at the age of 8. Since I moved to the city, I've been to like a lot of live theater performances. My first one I recall was when I was in fourth grade. I actually went to go see Stomp in person. I feel like because I'm from the city, I'm surrounded by a lot of Broadway and live theater, so it's kind of part of the culture. So it was bound for me to, have seen some plays before. But I really got into theater pretty recently, and the most recent plays I went to go see, and my personal favorite ones, have been Wicked, which I went to go see on my 17th birthday, and Greyhound, which I went to go see with my roommate this summer. I really enjoyed it. I really like those plays. A couple of fun facts about me are that I like to work out, I love to crochet and read. I'm currently an engineering major. I like to go thrifting, and I'm also really into volunteering and tech, anything like that. So I'm kind of all over the place. For Hamilton, I really enjoyed seeing the play. I also went to go see that in person. I went to go see it around the middle of senior year. I really enjoyed it. But if I had to sum up the play in 3 words, I would say it's revolutionary, it's fun, and it's important. I say that it's revolutionary because I think it's an imaginative mix of old and new themes because, the use of modern songs and modern casting to tell an old story is very inventive and um, very counter to the culture, to what we're used to, which I really like. I say that it's fun because um, I really enjoyed the creativity and ability to kind of integrate rap into such an old or historic play or show or context. And lastly, I think that it's important because in casting mainly people of color to play the roles of founding fathers, it reimagines the way we've previously thought of these historic events and roles and stories as, not being exclusive to just white people, but people of color also being able to have a possible impact in these events and situations and things like that. In watching Hamilton, a theme I noticed was a theme of legacy. So I think Hamilton's luckless background led to him feeling the need to kind of overcompensate and overcome and leave a legacy behind. And his character really, and his actions, really perfectly portray this theme. And I think the purpose of this um, being the theme is for it to leave an impression or impact on the audience, or maybe in a sense relate to the audience for audience members who might not have been as fortunate, just like Hamilton, yet still want to leave an impact in this world and be inspired, have an aspiring goal. I think the artist really did do a good job in achieving this theme, honestly, because from a personal perspective, I felt that message after watching. I felt inspired. I felt motivated. I kind of felt Hamilton's goals and desires. I really felt like I got that from the play, from watching the play. Um, in terms of current events and what we went over in class and in the syllabus, when bringing up the idea of owning your own in the context of discussing race, oppression, identity, etc., something that stood out to me or was further emphasized for me was making sure to not state my ideas and opinions as fact, because in these discussions I tend to get really heated when discussing serious topics. So it's really just like a nice reminder for me to, kind of take a step back and acknowledge that there are other opinions and just engage in those discussions in a mature manner. One of the facts that stood out to me was not only the fact that most Broadway actors are white, but the fact that 75% of the audience is white. This means that there is not only a culture of hiring majority white people in Broadway, but there also might be a sense of exclusion felt by people of color in these theater spaces for them to not want to attend. For the 5 articles we had to read, these are my summary or main thoughts on them. For the first magazine article by the Times, I think the main point is to highlight the discriminatory hiring process in the theater scene. The second article, titled Dear White American Theater, also highlights a similar theme, but with a more vengeful and promising tone, to sort of promise to make a change. Third article by Atlantic takes on a different side, arguing that the choice and casting of Hamilton of mostly people of color was reflective of them taking sides or not being truthful. The HowlRound article names a couple of grievances with Hamilton, such as its questionable feminism, promoting the bootstraps immigrant narrative, and misplacing revolution of racial diversity. Lastly, the Rolling Stone article, however, highlights the shift in perception of Lin-Manuel Miranda as time passes. I think overall, all these articles have helped to show the different interpretations and opinions of progressiveness, diversity, and casting in the Broadway or theater world. And I think they're all really important to the improvement of the Broadway world as a whole. I think Prof. E had us read these articles to get a better understanding of the context and issues surrounding Broadway. And the second article really stood out to me because I kind of felt the anger and frustration of people of color or actors of color in theater and Broadway. So